Wednesday when Phil sent out the theme for today's service on those that have ears. So when I was having lunch, I took my lunch to my desk and I started Googling. I do this a lot, but I started Googling songs that would fit that scripture and that title. Typically, I usually type in the word hymn and songs of faith come up. But for some reason, the secular song Blowin In the Wind by Bob Dylan popped up, and it was telling a story about this song and how that Bob was criticized for some of his music because they were known as protest songs because of the war. But this one actually was taken from some scripture, and I found it pretty fascinating. If you listen to the words, you will realize there's a lot of questions asked. How do we know the answer to those questions? So often we have to listen. We know that we can have eyes and see without really seeing. We can have ears and hear without always hearing. So just listen to the words. Bob does a good job on this. Just listen to the words and think about the answers. And let's all try to hear.
I'm no Bob Dylan. But I do want to say, following up on that, that I thought I knew this song because growing up with it. But having to read, the words a couple of times, and they started to sink in. This was written in 1962, but if you listen carefully, everything in here applies to today. How we feel about other people, protecting our environment. I mean, it's just listen to the words, because I thought I knew them, but there's a lot more there than I realized. How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? Yes, and how many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Yes, and how many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? Yes, and how many ears must one man have before he can hear people cry? Yes, and how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many years can a mountain exist before it's washed to the sea? Yes, and how many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Yes, and how many times can a man turn his head, pretending he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.